Welcome to the 10th match of the 2025 Alabama Haiku season. I'm Lenny Slagan, your quiz master. Today's match features students from BC Rain, Satsuma, and Baker. Let's go ahead and begin the competition. Of course, we always like to start with current events. BC Rain, you are first. Give the name of the wordless animated film starring a nameless black cat as he travels across a flooded world with his companions. Seven seconds, 4 guesses remaining. Satsuma.
Flow.
Correct. Satsuma, your question. Which agency under the direction of President Trump and headed by Elon Musk is charged to find ways to cut the federal government? You may give the acronym.
Doge.
Correct. Baker, your question. What is the name of Sir Elton John's estate near Windsor Castle? Five seconds.
Windsor.
Incorrect. Satsuma?
Manchester House.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Woodside. Now that we are out of the current events category, we are advancing to American history. BC Rain, your question. Give the last name of the black abolitionist who wrote Appeal to the Colored Citizens of the World in 1829, which advocated a bloody end to white supremacy. Four guesses. Five seconds. Satsuma.
Douglas.
Incorrect. Baker.
Brown.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Walker, David Walker. Satsuma, your question. Give the name of this financial landmark of the Civil War authorized by Congress in 1863. It was launched as a stimulant to the sale of the government bonds and designed to establish a standard currency.
Bank of America.
Try again.
Greenbacks.
2 more guesses. Baker?
National Bank.
Correct. Baker, your question. In 1846, General Stephen W. Kearny led a detachment of 1,700 troops over this famous trail. Give the name of the trail.
Trail of Tears.
Try again. Five seconds, 3 guesses.
Oregon Trail.
Try again. Satsuma?
Trail of Broken Hearts.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Santa Fe. Biology. BC Rain, your question. Identify the flowing projections of cytoplasm that extend outward and allow heteropathic protists, such as amoebas, move.
Ectoplasm.
Try again.
Cytosome.
Satsuma.
Phospholipid.
Incorrect. The correct answer is pseudopodia. Satsuma, your question. Certain eukaryotic organisms lack chlorophyll and mobility, have filamentous bodies, and are virtually the only organisms capable of breaking down one of the major components of wood called lignin. Identify the kingdom of these organisms. Five seconds, Satsuma.
Genus.
Try again.
Insectia.
Try again. Baker?
Plant.
Incorrect. The correct answer is fungi. Baker, your question. Identify the type of fungi that participate in symbiotic relationships with the roots of about 80% of plants and help transfer phosphorus and other minerals from the soil into plant roots in exchange for organic carbon.
Mushrooms.
Try again. 4 seconds. Satsuma?
Mycorrhiza.
Correct. The next question is in sports, and this is a toss-up. A reminder, this is only one answer per team, and you have 15 seconds on the clock. When you think you have the right answer, buzz in. Your question. Over the course of 4 Olympic Games, this swimmer became the most
Michael Phelps.
Correct. We're now in literature. B.C. Rain, your question. In the short story titled The Things They Carried by Tom O'Brien, along with the New Testament, a soldier named Kiowa carried an old tool that belonged to his grandfather. Give the name of that tool.
Knife.
Try again.
A hammer.
Try again. 2 more guesses. Satsuma.
Sheath.
Incorrect. Baker.
Longbow.
The correct answer is a hatchet. Satsuma, your question. In the short story titled Filthy with Things by T.C. Boyle, tell the amount of money Julian gave the guy from the antique warehouse for helping him move the colonial highboy from the truck to the screened-in porch.
$5.
Try again.
$8.
Pardon?
$8.
Try again.
$10.
Try again.
30 cents.
Incorrect.
1,000. Incorrect.
Baker?
$15.50.
The correct answer is $3. In the short story titled Old Woman Magoon by Mary E. Wilkins Freeman, give the first name of Lily's father, who is described as the fairly dangerous degenerate of a good old family.
John.
Try again.
Matthew.
Nope.
Mark.
No.
Should have just tried the other one. Luke.
Satsuma.
Barry.
Yes. The next category is mathematics. Each team has 60 seconds to answer their own question. You all have a copy of that question in the various envelopes. Once instructed, open the envelopes and we will begin with the question. The home team starts, that would be BC Rain. BC Rain, open, well, everyone actually, open the yellow envelope. BC Rain, this is your question. 80% of students pass a particular science exam. 30% of students pass a particular history exam. Every student will either pass or fail each exam. Assume that students' abilities on the exam are independent of each other. Find the probability a student fails both exams. "45 seconds. "25 seconds. "10 seconds. Satsuma,
15.
It was Baker? Baker?
6/25.
Both answers are incorrect. The correct answer is .14. Now you may all open the red envelope. Satsuma, this is your question. A wheel containing each integer from 1 through 8 is spun. It is reset to the number 1 after each spin. This spinner is equally likely to land on each integer. The spinner is spun 2 times. Find the probability that the first spin is an even number and the second spin is greater than 6.
One-eighth.
Correct. Now it is time to open the blue envelope. Baker, this is your question. 500 people are surveyed. 400 of them have a high school degree, 120 of them own a home, and 90 of them own a home and also have a high school degree. Find the probability a randomly selected person has a high school degree or owns a home. Forty-five seconds. Twenty-five seconds.
42%.
Incorrect. BC Rain, yes.
90.
Incorrect.
86%.
Correct. We are in Shakespeare now. BC Rain, your question. In Act 5 of The Tempest, Prospero addresses one character saying, "Let me embrace thine age, whose hour cannot be measured or confined." Name that character. Eight seconds.
Radcliffe.
3 more guesses. Satsuma.
Ariel.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Gonzalo. Satsuma, your question. In Act 5 of Henry IV, Part 1, the truce negotiations conclude and the king advises all to prepare for battle. One character approaches Prince Hal and asks for his protection on the battlefield if he fails. Identify this character.
Falstaff.
Correct. Baker, your question. The final scene of Act 5 of The Taming of the Shrew is set at a banquet. Give the name of the character who's hosting this feast.
Lucentio?
Correct. We're in geography now. BC Rain, your question. This coastal city at the southern tip of Western Australia shares its name with a city in New York State. Give the name of this city. Four guesses.
Manhattan.
Try again.
Brooklyn.
2 more guesses.
Queens.
No. Satsuma.
Lincoln.
Incorrect.
Melbourne.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Albany. Satsuma, your question. Give the name of the small island territory located off the eastern coast of Queensland, Australia.
Tasmania.
3 more guesses. The correct answer is Coral Sea Islands. Baker, your question. This cape on the east coast of New Zealand's North Island is located at its southeastern extremity of Hawke Bay. Give the odd name of this cape, which may deter tourists. Four seconds, 9 guesses.
Cape Fear.
Oh, no. 5 seconds. Satsuma.
Cape Sandwich.
Cape Destruction.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Cape Kidnappers. Taking a look at the score, BC Rain at 0, Baker at 5, Satsuma at 20.
Since 1950, New Horizons Credit Union has been serving its members throughout their lives. From buying their first home, to starting a family, to providing them with the most competitive rates available, helping them along their journey, wherever the road may take them. At New Horizons Credit Union, we've been supporting families around the Gulf Coast for over 70 years, offering solutions for the real world. Visit newhcu.org to learn more about New Horizons Credit Union.
Picking back up with the competition in the category of chemistry. BC Rain, your question. Give the term for the position on a phase diagram where the vapor pressure line abruptly ends.
Point.
No. Baker?
Critical point.
Correct. Satsuma, your question. An atomic force microscope is a complex instrument that contains a laser, a detector, a sample chamber known as a scanner, and a key laser dependent mobile unit that is used to probe the surface structure of a sample under investigation. State the term for this part of the device.
Eyeglass,
Try again.
the lens,
Try again.
the observer,
One more guess.
Stage.
The correct answer is cantilever. Baker, your question. State the number of carbon atoms in the organic compound known as benzene.
6.
Correct. Art history. BC Rain, your question. The young man among roses is probably the best known of all English miniatures. Give the last name of the artist who created this work in 1587. Eight seconds, 4 guesses. Try again. Satsuma.
Williams,
Incorrect. Baker?
Smith.
The correct answer is Hilliard. Satsuma, your question. Despite the plagues of the mid-14th century, which devastated its population, Florence was the most prosperous city in Italy, having its own gold currency. Give the name of the Florentine currency used in the 14th century.
Ducat.
Try again.
Doubloons.
Try again.
coins,
One more guess. Baker?
Florentines.
Incorrect. The correct answer is florin. Baker, your question. Give the name of the mathematical system for representing three-dimensional space on a flat surface developed in Florence during the Renaissance. 4 guesses.
Geocentrism.
Try again.
Shading.
Try again.
Arithmetic.
1 more guess. Satsuma?
Euclidean geometry.
Incorrect. BC Rain? The correct answer is perspective or linear perspective. And now we are in the team choice category for today's contest. Prior to the contest, you selected a different subject. Reminder, only 1 answer per team is allowed. These questions are worth 4 points to the original team, 2 points on a bonus try. As soon as each team has answered, the remaining teams can signal to answer. Starting with BC Rain, you selected geography. Your question. Australia has 3 internal territories, which include the Northern Territory and the Australian Capital Territory. Give the name of the tiny 3rd territory located along the southeastern coast of New South Wales.
Victoria.
Incorrect. Satsuma?
The Eastern Territory.
Incorrect. Baker?
Queensland.
The correct answer is Jervis Bay Territory. Satsuma, you're next. You selected American history. Give the last name of the Pennsylvania representative who introduced an amendment in 1846, which stipulated that slavery should never exist in any territory to be wrestled by Mexico.
Wilmot.
Correct. Baker, your question, you selected literature. In the short story titled Children as Enemies by Han-Jin Gubin's father, said that it was quite accomplished and pulled in nearly a 6-figure income each year. Identify Gubin's occupation.
Lawyer.
Try incorrect.
Doctor.
No, you can't.
Incorrect. You only get 1 choice. Would other teams like to chime in? Satsuma?
A scientist.
The correct answer is engineer. Last team choice question, and this is your toss-up, so this is in Shakespeare. Everyone's hand on the buzzer. Remember, only 1 opportunity to answer, but if you think you know it, buzz in. The question. In Act 5 of Othello, Desdemona awakes to find Othello looming over her. He then asks her about her prayers and seeking forgiveness before telling her, "Thou'st this." His question shows that he does not want to kill her. Identify that part. Satsuma.
Sympathy.
Incorrect.
Remorse.
Incorrect. The correct answer is her soul. Physics. BC Rain. Name the unit for moment of inertia in the International System of Units. Six seconds.
Kilometers.
Incorrect.
Okay, Baker buzzed in too early.
Satsuma?
Ohm.
Incorrect. Now Baker?
Newton.
The correct answer is kilogram meter squared. Satsuma, your question. State the name given to wave property whereby the apparent frequency of a wave is altered based on the relative motion of the source or detector of the wave.
Intent.
Incorrect. Is the clock
There's
going?
Amplitude.
Try again.
Frequency.
Try again.
Intensity?
That's incorrect. Baker, BC Rain? Baker?
Period.
The correct answer is Doppler effect. Baker, your question. State the name given to the wave property whereby the speed and subsequently direction of a wave changes as it passes from one medium into another.
Oscillation.
Incorrect.
Translation.
Try again.
Cycle.
Incorrect. Satsuma?
Diffraction.
Incorrect. BC Rain? The correct answer is refraction. American government now. BC Rain, your question. Give the term for the satisfaction of a claim payment, which originally required an act of Congress, but changed in 1855, allowing the government to be taken to court only in cases where Congress has declared the U.S. open to suit. Four guesses, 10 seconds. Try again. Satsuma?
U.S. Claims Court.
Incorrect. Baker?
Judicial review.
The correct answer is redress. Satsuma, your question. Give the name of the expression by conduct that a person can say something with a facial expression or shrug off the shoulders by carrying a sign or wearing an armband.
Freedom of expression.
Incorrect.
Free speech.
Try again.
Expression.
One more guess.
Symbolic speech.
Correct. Baker, your question. The Fourth Amendment grew out of colonial practice. It was designed to prevent blanket search warrants with which the British customs officials had invaded private homes to search for smuggled goods. Give the term for these blanket search warrants. Eight seconds. Satsuma.
Quartering.
Incorrect. The correct answer, writs of assistance. World history. BC Rain, your question. For Egyptian kings of the Old Kingdom, their tombs were even more important than their palaces. These kings built immense structures for their resting place after death. Give the name of these immense structures.
Pyramids.
Correct. Satsuma, your question. Hunters' expert knowledge of wild animals likely played a role in the taming of animals like horses, dogs, goats, and pigs. Give the term for taming animals.
Domestication.
Correct. Baker, your question. Most civilizations developed a system of writing and record keeping. Give the name of the professional record keepers in Sumer who invented a system of writing.
Scribes.
Correct. And now this is the last question for today's contest. It is your math toss-up. It is worth 4 points, only 1 minute to answer. Everyone can now open the white envelopes. A running shoe store sets its prices as follows. Selling price equals 10 plus 2, cost to the store. If the store is selling a shoe for $85, yes.
$37.50.
Correct.